Hello everyone. Last day we completed the second chapter of Unit 1, that is the poem Any Woman by Catherine Tynan. So today we shall discuss the appreciation of any woman as well as some frequently asked questions from this poem. First, the appreciation of any woman. Any Woman is a poem written by Catherine Tynan, an Irish poetess. The poem presents the all-embracing power of a woman to hold the family together. So, Any Woman is a very beautiful poem written by Catherine Tynan. Who is Catherine Tynan? She is an Irish poetess. And now we shall discuss the theme of the poem. The theme is that it presents the all-embracing power of a woman to hold the family together. See, woman has got some skills and powers to hold her family together. ഒരു സ്ത്രീക്ക് തന്റെ കുടുംബത്തെ ഒരുമിച്ച് നിർത്താനുള്ള ഒരു കഴിവുണ്ട്. ആ കഴിവിനെ പ്രശംസിച്ചുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു കവിതയാണ് Any Woman. Here you can see the word embrace. What do you mean by the word embrace? Hug. പുണരുക എന്നാണ്. In the poem, the poetess speaks about the importance of a mother in a family. So if you go through the poem from the first stanza till the last stanza, the poetess speaks about the importance of a mother in a family. She is the pillars and keystone of the house. So according to the poetess, the mother is very important in a family. She is the pillars and she is the keystone of the arch. So a mother is the pillars of the house and also she is the keystone of the arch of the house. What do you mean by keystone? Keystone means the main stone. If something happens to her, the whole family will be ruined or destroyed. What do you mean by the word ruined? Ruined means destroyed. So if anything happens to a mother, the whole family will be destroyed. So the mother is very important in a family. She is the pillars and she is the keystone of the arch. So if anything happens to her, the family will be destroyed because the family completely depends on the mother for its survival. Children live because of the warmth of mother's love. So children live because they are getting the warmth of their mother's love. They are getting proper care and love from their mother. That is why they can grow properly. That is why the children are always going towards their mother. She walls her family from all dangers and protects her family from wind and snow, which stands for external forces trying to harm the family. A mother acts as a wall and she protects her family from all dangers. A mother acts as a door and she protects her family from wind and snow. So wind and snow is an expression used by the poetess. So here wind and snow stands for external forces. And what could be these external forces? It can be the problems, obstacles, trials and tribulations, etc. ഒരു കുടുംബം നേരിടുന്ന പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ, കഷ്ടപ്പാടുകൾ, തടസ്സങ്ങൾ എല്ലാമാണ് external forces കൊണ്ട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. So, wind and snow stands for the external forces trying to harm the family. So, a mother protects her family from all kinds of problems, all kinds of dangers, etc. In the last part of the poem, the mother makes her humble wish to live long enough to see her children grow. So in the last stanza, she makes a prayer to God Almighty. And what is her prayer? She wanted to live long enough so that her children can grow properly. Children can grow properly only in the presence of a mother. That is why she says that, please do not take me away until my children grow properly. She is selfless enough to think of her young ones. So a mother is a selfless person. She never thinks about herself. Instead, she is always thinking about her children. Nowadays, the presence of a mother in a family is rarely noticed. So today in the present world, everyone in the family is busy with their day-to-day activities. In their busy schedule, they forget about their mother. They forget to notice the presence of a mother in a family. She is considered only as a machine which never gets tired of anything. See, they do not have enough time to give consideration or care to their mother. They consider their mother only as a machine which does all the activities for their family members, a machine which never gets tired of anything. She is neglected and confined within the four walls of the house. See, the family members are not giving any importance to the mother. They are forgetting the presence of a mother. And always the mother is confined within the four walls of her house. 4 ചുവരുകൾക്കുള്ളിൽ അടഞ്ഞു കിടക്കുകയാണ്. This poem demands all the readers to open their eyes and be considerate towards a woman's inner feeling and to regard her as an individual. So the poetess asks the readers to open their eyes so that they can give consideration to their mother, and also they can consider mother as an individual. The mother figure in this poem and her private emotions are presented through a lot of metaphorical images such as pillars, keystone, fire upon the hearth, light, etc. So, the poetess has used several metaphorical images in order to present the mother as well as her feelings. And which are the metaphorical images she has used? She has used the metaphorical images such as pillars, keystone, fire upon the hearth, light, etc. Except for the first stanza, the rhyme scheme in the poem is to be identified as AB, AB, CD, CD. So in the first stanza, there is no proper rhyme scheme, but from the second stanza onwards, we can notice that the rhyme scheme of the poem is AB, AB, CD, CD. So now we shall discuss some of the frequently asked questions from this chapter. See the first question. Read the following lines and answer the following questions. I am the pillars of the house, the keystone of the arch am I. Take me away, and roof and wall would fall to ruin me utterly. See the first question. Who is referred to as the pillars of the house? In the first line it is said that I am the pillars of the house. Mother is referred to as the pillars of the house. So who is referred to as the pillars? Mother is referred to as the pillars of the house. Remember one thing, whenever you write an answer in English, write it in full sentence. Moving on to the second question, whom does I refer to? See, throughout the poem, the poetess has used the word I, and I refers to mother or woman. Third question, what is the figure of speech used here? See, this we have already discussed while learning the poem. The correct answer is metaphor. Metaphor is the figure of speech used here. So, in the poem, mother is referred to as the pillars, and here the word I refers to mother, and the figure of speech used in these 4 lines is metaphor. Moving on to the second part. Read the following lines and answer the following questions. I am the wall against all danger. their door against the wind and snow. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger, take me not till the children grow. See the first question. Thou and woman in the third line refer to. So there is a blank here. You have to fill the blank. See the third line. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger. Now we have to identify whom does thou refer to and whom does woman refer to. And let's see the answer. Thou refers to Jesus Christ, our God Almighty, and woman refers to Holy Mary, Mother of Jesus Christ. So here thou refers to Jesus Christ or God Almighty, and woman refers to Holy Mary, who is the mother of Jesus Christ. Second question, what does the expression wind and snow stand for? Wind and snow stands for the external forces, that is problems, obstacles, dangerous situations, trials and tribulations trying to harm the family. So wind and snow stands for the external forces that try to harm the family, and these external forces refers to the problems, the obstacles, the dangerous situations, trials and tribulations that a family faces. Last question. Explain the last two lines in the given stanza. These are the last two lines of this stanza. Thou whom a woman laid in a manger, take me not till the children grow. We shall look the answer. In the last lines, the poetess speaks about Mother Mary, who gave birth to Jesus Christ in a manger. The mother makes a prayer to Jesus Christ or God Almighty to keep her alive till her children grow. It also highlights the selflessness of a mother. So in the last lines, the poetess speaks about Holy Mary, who is the mother of Jesus Christ. So Holy Mary gave birth to Jesus Christ in a manger, and the woman or the mother in a family makes a prayer to Jesus Christ or God Almighty that do not take her away until her children grow properly, because the children will not grow properly in the absence of a mother. So she is not thinking about herself, instead she is thinking about her children. So that's all. Go through the appreciation as well as the frequently asked questions. Write it in your notebook. Study well. Thank you.